keep getting pregnant back to back to back, having abortions back to back to back. You fought pregnant a couple of times. I was like,
What? In the official suspension order issued by the Michigan Unarmed Combat Commission, they said the conduct of Claressa M. Shields, a licensed professional boxer, constitutes an imminent threat to the integrity of the sport of professional boxing.
O'Shea, now that you look back at it, do you think that she was kind of like you guys for her father?
Yeah, I mean, I can't look at it no other way. You got deceived by your coach. You knew it was some type of sickness with that. You think it's a joke. Fought pregnant a couple of times. The spiritual part of what I would see in that basement, I didn't understand what my gifts were at the time, and I was like, that was bothering me. So I thought I was going crazy.
Because this basement was where
Everybody was basically tortured.
Yes.
yeah, and you were sleeping down there.
And I was like, you want to talk about what happened in the basement? And
You said it out loud.
yeah, I was like, you want to talk about what happened in the basement? And I was like, that's not what you said in the basement. He got even more angry. He was like, you're not going to do that to me in my gym. Like, this is...
Remy Ma's prayers are finally being answered, everyone, as rumors have it that Papoose is already planning to dump Claressa after she ended her pregnancy without telling him. It appears that Claressa recently became pregnant, but she went to the clinic and quickly ended it. It turns out that this isn't the first time she's done this, as she has allegedly ended a few pregnancies in the past, including the one she had for her former trainer, Tony Harrison. Her messy ex-best friend Jada Davis spilled the tea, claiming that Claressa recently became pregnant by Pap, but that she sent the baby straight to heaven and didn't tell Pap about it until she was finished. Pap is not having it, so now he's planning to dump in, revealing her now. If you're wondering where all of it began a few days ago when Claressa tested positive for marijuana after her fight with Danielle Perkins. Apparently, they tested her saliva after the match and discovered that she was drowning in marijuana before the fight, despite knowing it was illegal. Claressa denied this and gave her side of the story on the Tamron Hall show, claiming she didn't smoke marijuana that day and hasn't smoked it in her life, but she thinks that the reason she had traces of it in her cyst was because she had come into contact with people who had smoked it after the fight and she unknowingly got traces of it.
Thinking nothing.
Nothing.
Usual standard business practice here.
Yes.
It comes back positive for what they describe as trace amounts of marijuana, which is banned by the Michigan Commission,
Yes.
that league. You say, and you've said it to our audience, you have never smoked marijuana before, ever.
No.
How does the test come back positive?
Well, after the fight, a lot of fans, well, one, the place reeked of marijuana. I have nothing against marijuana. You smoke marijuana, great for you, cool. But the place reeked of marijuana. And then before I got to do the mouth swab, I was hugging and everybody was hugging and kissing me in Flint. Everybody felt like they're my cousin, sister, brother, friend.
You're the hero of Flint.
Yes, everybody was hugging and kissing me. And I know some boxers don't stop and greet the fans, but I'm not one of them. I hugged and kissed everybody back. So,
Right. And that is relevant because you did the urine test after that. And you posted the results of your urine test, the urine test that was submitted, which was negative for marijuana.
yes.
And you captioned it, "I've always competed clean. I stand by that. I take my integrity seriously inside and outside the ring." I do want to point out to the audience, according to the Journal of Analytical Toxicology, urine tests are better for long-term detection,
Yes.
while saliva tests are better for detecting recent use. That said, another study in the Journal of Analytical Toxicology found that inhaling secondhand smoke is one reason a person can have a false positive swab.
Now, as all of this was happening and Claressa was battling for her career, her former best friend Jada Davis decided to come out and reveal some information about her, including some alleged demonic activities and the fact that she reportedly had multiple abortions for different men. Jada also claimed that Claressa was having sex with her former coach when she was still a minor. According to Jada, Claressa terminated several pregnancies for her coach without protection and ended up getting pregnant by Tony Harrison multiple times. She also allegedly contracted a few illnesses that required her to spend thousands of dollars on treatment, but she continued to return to have her cat stretched by him as soon as she recovered.
You kept having sex with him underage. You knew it was wrong. You knew it was some type of sickness with that. You think it's a joke. You know, you keep getting pregnant back to back to back, having actions back to back.
Additionally, she accused Claressa of fighting while pregnant and restricting herself for days in order to regulate her weight prior to the bout, which Jada says occurred while she was fighting. Jada claims that Hannah Gabriel was pregnant the entire time and that she was also severely starving herself to hide her weight gain.
Fought pregnant a couple of times. I was like,
What? Whoa. Slide back, bro. Whoa. She fought pregnant?
yeah, the Hannah Gabriel. Yeah, that's why she got dropped. Yeah. She ended up getting back up and winning a fight, but that's why she got dropped.
She was pregnant?
She was pregnant and she didn't eat for 3 days straight prior to fight day.
Trying to make weight.
Trying to make weight, but you're pregnant.
My goodness.
Oh, girls do that. They do that. They do.
So girls fight all the time pregnant?
Yep.
However, before Jada revealed all of this purported information, Claressa went live to discuss how one of her former friends had called her to complain about her being unresponsive ever since she became well-known in the industry. Claressa did not identify the friend at the time, but after Jada released that video exposing Claressa, people are now certain that Jada was the person she was referring to.
Friends was well, I guess she told me since she haven't seen me for a while that me and her aren't, she don't look at me as being her friend no more. But the last time I seen her and we got to eat, we was damn good friends. Talking about all type of personal shit. Now she's saying that since she haven't seen me and she haven't heard from me since December, I've been getting ready for a fight, promoting the movie, training, doing all this stuff. And she gonna tell me that now she don't think that me and her friends no more. That's why she felt the need to comment on some bull about me up on social media. And I said, okay, that's cool. I'm glad you let me know that you think that we're not friends, or that you felt that we're not friends no more, because we haven't talked in however long you're talking about.
There was obviously an agenda to bring her down, and the wild accusations Jada was making were making things worse for her. Claressa claimed that Jada even accused her of SA at one point, but that was all a lie. She claims that Jada has multiple mental health illnesses and that she usually makes up these wild things about people whenever they fall out. Claressa saw everything Jada was saying about her and hurried to address it because this mess was starting to blow up, and this she didn't.
It didn't, how our friendship didn't work out, or how stuff happened, whatever. But to that person who's saying that I jumped them and attacked them, and even as far as them things like rape and molestation and all this stuff, this is a message from that same person 1 year ago that I have not responded to. She wrote me she sent this voice memo on Facebook last year around June, July. I never responded to it because I'm trying to keep her away from me. I don't want to talk to her. Everybody who comes around her, she spins the story and does this exact same thing. Accuse them of rape, accuse them of trying to do stuff to her, accuse them of hating her, disliking her, wanting to be her. And I know for a fact that this person has mental issues, schizophrenia, and she's bipolar. But this is the voice memo that she sent me a year ago. For her to say I did all these crazy things to her, this is what she sent me. And this one I knew, she's obsessed.
I say all that to say, I've been having dreams about you. I've been having visions about your personal life. And I'm like, God, why are you telling me her business? This ain't none of my business. Please, just do what you need to do for your daughter. Because she does believe in you. Do what you need to do for her. I don't know why you let me know. I ain't want nothing to do with that. But I'm an intercessor, which means when I pray, I see visions. And I don't want to.
And that's why I'm going to say this. People, yes, she has a mental illness, but then she's using God. And that God showed her this, God showed her that. And she's on YouTube saying the same things about me, but making up lies. Using God to make up lies and talk.
Now, when Claressa responded to this, It made matters worse for her since it seemed as though she wasn't really responding to what Jada had stated. Rather, she was more concerned with attempting to convince us that Jada was insane than with refuting the abortion claims. She lied for more than 20 minutes without ever addressing the allegations made by Jada that she had an affair with her ex-coach. One person said, "You're not addressing the facts." "Man," she said, something to say nothing. "Are those," said another. "Charges whether it's true or not." The woman didn't say anything that implicates Claressa. There was something more personal between them. Following this live, Claressa sent Jada a cease and desist. But this Jada girl is insane because if anything triggered her further, she immediately returned to Instagram, lived with more accusations, claiming that Claressa was a demon and that she had been threatening her family members to get her to apologize.
Like I said, I don't care about what you and your little legal team do. Not taking down no videos. I'm not saying allegedly. I'm not saying any of that. You're an evil person and you really need help. You're a demon at this point. Because for you to sit there and you're always trying to silence somebody, you smack the messenger to take the podcast down, whatever the case is. You're always trying to silence somebody. You're very controlling. It's giving Jezebel, it's giving narcissist. That's just what you are. You're evil. So it's weird for you to sit there and do all of that, knowing what you did. Because let's be for real, if somebody really did not do anything, you wouldn't be telling my dad she can call me to apologize. But you're slow. So we already got that down pat. You're slow as all get out. I have no respect for you.
Even though many people were shocked by this, it isn't surprising that Claressa will be reluctant to have children because she has been saying for a while that she has no interest in having children because of the trauma she experienced with her parents. Claressa said that having children wasn't in her plans if she ever decided to have children. And as if things couldn't get any worse, rumors also began to circulate that she was pregnant by Papoose as well. However, similar to the alleged pregnancy she had for her former coach, she also got rid of it and told Paps after she had already terminated the baby. Possessed them, she was going to have to do it with her husband. And as we all know, she isn't married to Pap. In fact, Pap is still legally married to Remy. And until Remy agrees to sign the divorce papers, he cannot marry Claressa. Rumor has it that Remy has been delaying signing the divorce papers because of this. However, Claressa is now clearing the air and dispelling the rumors that Pap dumped her because she terminated his child, saying she isn't pregnant and hasn't terminated any children. But if she ever becomes pregnant, she will tell us about it, just like she did when she and Pap first started dating. Interview 1353/1445. According to the streets, Remy was very upset about this because she hoped the rumors were true so she could use them as a pretext to slink back into Pap's life. As usual, people had their opinions, such as the person who claimed that the best friend had attempted to spill Claressa's tea but had instead made herself appear envious and hateful. One person said, "Get a restraining order on her, she's..." You can't be friends with everyone these days, so I'm curious about your thoughts on Claressa allegedly getting pregnant by a Pap and whether you think she actually ended multiple pregnancies. Obsessed with you, be careful out here, because the more successful you get, the more crazy people will come out of the shadows to attack you. Please share your opinions in the space provided below, and remember to click here to view this additional nasty video.